let me tell you a little bit about my journey to get here and what I'll be bringing to Valuechain. I build on 20 years experience at the intersection between innovation, industry and collaboration, and those are all things that are central to Valuechain. I also bring considerable experience of sustainability and will be excited to be bringing that to the fore in my role as Sustainability Director. So this is a time when consumers, industry, governments alike are all pressing home that need for the sustainable products of the future. My background in a bit more detail, I started up my career with 7 years in a university spin-out developing zero-emission fuel cell motorcycles and other products. Then I went to multinational Baxi where I was developing solar panels, and from there I joined KTN where I was building networks that drove innovation, networks across the UK of manufacturers and innovators working together to innovate, to develop more sustainable processes and products. So I was enthused to explore the opportunity to join Valuechain based first of all on my great experience working with Tom Dawes, the founder, his enthusiasm, his innovative spirit, his collaborative ethos, and indeed that was clearly shared by the other colleagues that I came across. So I'm excited now to be furthering Valuechain Group's endeavours to help industry prosper into the future, to help build supply chains that are making products in the most efficient manner possible, that are making products that are fit for the future, the sort of ethically sourced, net zero, circular economy products that industry, that consumers need. Obviously Valuechain has a great set of existing assets and capabilities, online platforms that enable communication and collaboration across supply chains, and if we can further the data available on things like carbon footprint across supply chains, that's a really exciting opportunity to help industry thrive. So in my new role at Valuechain, I hope to effect considerable change in industry, to help industry to make the changes required in the coming years, to make changes now, that is, to make their products more sustainable, more ethical, and perhaps in some cases to shift from making one thing to making another. So for instance, car makers of today are having to face up to the forthcoming ban from 2030. They'll no longer be able to sell internal combustion engine vehicles. How can we help businesses in those supply chains to shift to making, say, electric vehicle components or wind turbine components? So Valuechain has the tools, the platforms to help them shift into new supply chains, to help them collaborate with the existing supply chains to decarbonise. So there are two particular strands that I'm looking forward to working on at Valuechain. So one is looking at Valuechain's tools across the group. How do we build in triple bottom line concerns? So as well as economic factors, we can build in societal value and environmental factors into the data that our platforms carry. And then working with existing stakeholders in industry in their endeavours to set up industry better for the future. But why is sustainability so important in manufacturing? Well, it's abundantly clear that we are in a time of change, brought on not least and accentuated by COVID, but we've also got newly passed net zero laws. So we've got, as a nation in the UK, to reduce our emissions to net zero by 2050, and there are interim targets, of course, along the way. Businesses need to be taking action now to see how this affects them, how they're going to prosper into this new world where supply chains need to be more low carbon, more circular economy, more ethical in the way that they source their products. What role do I see value chain playing in sustainability in this shift that's happening in front of our eyes? Well, value chain already have the platforms, online platforms that enable communication across supply chains in different geographies, different sectors. So we're building on to our existing data sets, triple bottom line factors. So building in that is consideration of environmental factors and social factors as well as the economic factors. And this will enable supply chains to be more competitive, to prosper into the future, to communicate and collaborate, to tap into new global opportunities and prosper into the future, into this future where we need to be making products that are ethically sourced, sustainable, and in so doing, making good business. What are the projects that we'll be working on to effect this vision I have of helping change supply chains, setting them up better for the future? Well, we've got a good basis a good platform to build upon of previous projects, such as one that was looking at the social value that businesses deliver. There's a project called Access, where we were exploring how to help businesses in one sector shift to making different products, shift to different sectors. We hope to continue to work with stakeholders such as the North East Automotive Alliance, Reshoring UK. There's a long list of existing partners that are all trying to help their respective sectors and memberships to accelerate that transition, to help their businesses to prosper into the longer term. And we can provide our platforms here at Valuechain to them to help their businesses to collaborate and derive insights that are going to help their businesses.